Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Anessa's Crazy Cooking. Today on the show we will be making gingerbread cookies. Now I know it's post-holiday season, but I thought with the new year started, I would make something fun and festive. So I decided I would share this recipe with you on how to make gingerbread cookies. And actually, fun fact, ginger is good for your immune system. So with the flu season coming, I thought this would be really appropriate to share with you. So without further ado, let's see which ingredients you guys need to make these easy cookies. Okay, so to make these cookies, you'll need several spices. So of course you'll need some ground ginger, you'll need some ground nutmeg, some ground cinnamon, and some ground clove we have here. You'll also need some baking soda and a tiny bit of salt. You'll need some molasses, 1 egg, some brown sugar, softened butter. You'll also need some flour, which I already have here in my mixing bowl ready to go. Here I have 2 cookie cutters that I got from Williams-Sonoma, just a gingerbread boy and a gingerbread girl. I'm using my KitchenAid mixer today, fitted with a paddle attachment, and you'll also need a separate wire whisk, and I just need a spoon today to scoop the molasses with. So the first thing you want to do is you want to take your flour, your baking soda, and your salt and your spices, and we're just going to combine all of these ingredients together. Just as simple as that, all the dry ingredients. And I'm gonna whisk this together until the flour is nicely coated in all those spices and the baking soda and the salt. Okay, so I've set my dry mixture aside, and now I'm going to take the remaining ingredients, which is the molasses, the egg, the butter, and the sugar, and I'm going to combine the sugar and put your butter in there. And then you want to put your molasses in there. Don't put the egg in there yet, but we will be putting that after this has combined. You're going to take your paddle attachment, I'm just going to hook it back on. And we're going to stir this on low until this is fully combined, and then you can add your egg in there. Okay, so I have my ingredients stirring in there. Now I'm just going to add the egg. It's getting really sticky in there because of the molasses. And then you can wait until that is all combined together. Okay, so once all of your wet ingredients have been combined, you can start adding your dry ingredients, which is your flour mixture, to that until it forms a nice sticky dough. Okay, I think that's just about perfect. Look at that. It's very sticky though, the dough is very sticky. So make sure, of course, you wash your hands before you do this. Okay, so I'm gonna leave that in here. And then you're gonna take a well-floured, really well-floured surface, and I'm going to gather my dough up. Take my paddle out of here. I'm just going to gather my dough up and form it into a nice ball. Perfect. Now I'm just going to form it into a ball. Making sure you put flour on there once in a while, but not too much flour so it becomes crackly. So I'm gonna take this dough and I'm actually gonna cut it in half. Oops, need to flour that. And I'm going to cut this in half and then wrap both pieces up to put in the fridge for 1 hour to cool before we start rolling out our gingerbread, boys and girls. Okay, so I've taken my gingerbread dough out of the refrigerator. It was in there for about 1 hour, and all I did was I took it out of its plastic wrap and then I put some flour on a nice big board, and then I just kind of flattened out my dough and kind of just warmed it up a little bit with my hands so that it doesn't crack on us. So I'm just gonna mat it out, and then taking my rolling pin that I'm going to flour, just put a little bit of flour on so nothing sticks. I'm just gonna roll it out into my desired thickness, which I would say is probably about a quarter of an inch or an eighth of an inch thick. Okay, so I have rolled my dough out into my desired thickness. As you can see, it's about an eighth to a quarter of an inch, as I said. Now, I think I'm gonna start with the gingerbread boy, and I'm just going to put some flour on the inside, and then I'm just going to go to one edge and not wasting any dough. Just cut a nice gingerbread boy out of our dough. Now I'm just going to put him right on my parchment paper, my cookie sheet covered with some parchment paper, just like that. Arrange him just like that. I think he's perfect. And then I'm just going to do that with all of my gingerbread dough until we have all of our gingerbread boys and girls cut. Okay, so while the cookies are cooling, make sure you visit ACC Tips and Tricks episode 4 to get the recipe for the royal icing to put on top of our cookies. Okay, so now we can ice our cookies. Okay, so I have my bag. Make sure it's nicely sealed, tightly sealed. And I'm just gonna cut a little tip. I just have 3 cookies here. I'm gonna decorate the rest later, but I just want to decorate at least one of these on camera. So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna try out, I think I'm gonna try out just the circle one first. Or no, I'm gonna try out the gingerbread man. I'm gonna do him. See if this is good. And this is a perfect type of icing where after a while, after a few minutes, it sets on the top, so you get that nice crispy top, and it sets nicely so your faces won't drain, won't run, or get smudged. So I'm gonna go for this one. Let's give it a try. So good. What I like about it is there isn't a lot of ginger flavor, so it isn't overpowering, and oh, that's the best type of cookie. I think gingerbread cookies are among my favorite cookies to make and to eat. Anyway, if you guys have any ideas for another episode of Anessa's Crazy Cooking, make sure you leave a comment down below so I can see it and consider it for another episode. Also, make sure you check out my brand new high-tech website, I think it is now. I think it's really good, easy to search on it too, and I have more recipes on there that I haven't filmed here as episodes, but I will in the future. And I'll leave a link to that website down below. Like, I believe I put up vegetable lasagna, really good vegetable lasagna. I put up chocolate chip cookies, a lot of new recipes. So make sure you go check that out. I'll leave a link to it down below, or you can click the link on my channel art on the main page of the Anessa's Crazy Cooking channel. And I hope you guys have a great new year, 2014, and I will see you on the next episode. Bye!